Good morning. Hi, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Just going to give it a little bit longer to have a few more jump on. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Hi. My name is Karen Drosnes, and I am a certified oh, excuse me, froggy in the throat as soon as I start. I'm a personal development coach, and welcome to Thriving Thursdays. You know, what I try to do, what my mission really is to help others expand in life, to live their life to their fullest and living it large because it's time we did that. It's time we allowed all the goodness that is within us. And I don't mean good, bad. I just mean all that juicy, wonderful stuff that is within us to come out and shine and show itself. So that's what Thriving Thursdays are all about. And I'm glad you're all here with me today. And hello, gorgeous. How are you, Kathy? Nice to see you. Um, I had your earrings on last week, so unfortunately you weren't with me last week. But hi, Goddess, nice to see you. So anyhow, this week on Thriving Thursday, I wanted to talk to you about identifying with the feelings and not comparing to the story. We have a tendency to look at other people's lives. Well, hello, Mr. Andrew John. How are you, darling? Good to see you. Are you still traveling? And so we really want to identify with other people and identify with the feelings that we are seeing or hearing or feeling, and not so much comparing our story to someone else's. So, what happens is someone might be sharing an experience with them, you might be reading an experience of someone, and we go into this, well, my situation's better than that, or my situation is worse than that. And we start comparing where we're at and where they're at and where whoever is at versus what is it within me? What is it within me that's being charged, affected, responding, pleasing about the other experience? If you've been with me, and most of you have been with me for a while, you know I talk a lot about everything is just a story. It's just a story that the mind creates and that we tell. We tell ourselves it, we tell others it. So when someone is experiencing something and they might be telling you about it, we go into the comparison of our own life story versus just identifying with the feeling. So we ask, what is it in me that is being, again, that charge, that response, that this? What do I need to shift within me? I believe strongly that when we compare to somebody else, whether we compare up or whether we compare down, we are devaluing and diminishing ourselves and others. You know, I belong to a spiritual program, and we talk a lot in these gatherings about identify with the feeling and not compare to. Because someone might be sharing the story of how they've hit their rock bottom or something, and it's like, whoa, well, I didn't do that. And, well, oh, I did worse than that. By doing that, we're either devaluing and diminishing their experience, or we're devaluing and diminishing our own experiences. So we want to be very clear on, let's just identify with the feeling. If someone's sharing a story, you're reading something on the news, you're seeing something on Facebook or Instagram, instead of comparing where you are with it, identify, I remember when X, Y, and Z happened to me, and that's how I felt. Or identify with, gee, that's really what I would like to experience in life. How do I get there? What are the tools that I can use? What are the steps that I need to take so that I can go ahead and prosper myself or advance myself? One of the things that I do like to work with my clients about is when we are feeling a little less than, and we're going through something and we want to bring out that victim or survivor or martyr that says they have it worse than I do. There's so much worse going on for somebody else than me. That is a survivor technique to use to get you through the trauma. I'm not saying don't use whatever techniques you have at the moment to get you through. However, it's time to take another step with that and address your stuff. A lot of people I know do that when someone becomes ill. They, so and so has it a lot worse than I do. He's got, she's got. Okay, you're diminishing what you're feeling. You're diminishing what you're going through. And that's playing small. We want to bring it up, bring it to the light, address it, have it show up, have it come out, and then deal with it. Are there people in this world having a lot worse experiences than we are? I'm sure there are. Are there people that are not even close to experiencing what we are? I'm sure there are. It's not about comparing to where they or I am. It is about identifying what in me needs to be listened to, what in me wants to be heard, what in me wants to show up. A disease in our body is actually something calling for attention. We go below the level surface of just what the illness is and find out what is attached to the root of that, and then we can bring it up, and then we can address it, and then we can move on from that. It's always about, you want to live life full on, you want to live life to its fullest, and you want to really experience everything that's meant to be experienced, then you need to identify with what that experience is that you want to have. We talk a lot about manifestation. And if I want to manifest financial abundance in my life, I don't walk around comparing myself to anybody else's finance, because that's their manifestation and it's not going to happen to me. It's not for me. How do I manifest that financial abundance for me? Then I have to have a financial mindset, and I need to identify what in me wants that financial success, what in me wants that financial manifestation, what is my need for that, what is my desire for that. We all, every one of us, have desires in life that we want to really enjoy. So allow the desire to show itself up in whatever form it does, and know that that's what's meant for you. Hi, Barbara Goddess. Good morning. It's nice to see you. I'm talking today about identifying with feelings and not comparing to other stories and experiences. We really have a way of, we have a way of pulling ourselves down deeper when we compare to what somebody else is having. It's always about, they got it better than I do. He's got it worse than I do. And the next thing you know, we take the focus off of who we are and what we need to deal with. Because life is all about, what is my responsibility to my life to show up to the fullest that I can? What is my responsibility in life to not react to others' behaviors, not react to others' attentions, not react to what others are doing? It's about, I'm sorry, something just glitched on me over here, but I'm good. So we want to identify with how someone else is acting or believing and see what that is about us. So I'm going to also address now part of the identifying and not comparing. There's a teaching out there, I've spoken of it before, and I will continue because it's a philosophy of life and a practice of life that I follow truly. And it's a teaching by Debbie Ford called Dark Side of the Light Chasers. Well, that was the name of the book that brought me to her teachings. And the dark side of the light chasers, we're the light. And when we see something dark in life, where is it offending me? Because it's something about that behavior, that action, that person that I'm judging. It's because it's something in me I don't like, and I need to address that. That's the same as identifying with the way a person feels, knowing that I have that same thing. I need to address that. I need to shift that. I need to change that. Instead of comparing, well, I don't behave like that. Well, you know what? I'm here to tell you, each and every one of you, you have the capacity and the capability of inside of you of behaving the same way that someone else is behaving. That's why we get upset. That's why we get offended. That's why we get angry. That's why we get turned off, because there is a little bit of us that lives inside of us that can behave the same way. We don't like it. That's not in every case, but you know what? When, I'm not going to preach about Debbie Ford's teachings, but she does talk about when there's something really strong out there that you can be offended by, it's also something that you're capable, because we're all capable of getting dark, aren't we? I know I have experienced some very dark times in my life. I know that I have really had some very dark behaviors in my life towards other human beings. Today, I try not to do that to the best of my ability. However, the other part of that is I don't always know how what I say, do, or act is going to affect someone else. So, in our first agreement from Don Miguel, be impeccable with your word. I talked about last week, is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? And I added on, and what's my intention behind it? Being clear, I'm much clearer today about my purpose in life. I'm much clearer today about the intention of what I want to serve this world with. But I'm very, very clear on my intention of how I want to feel and be with a capital B, and how I want to show up in this world today. So it's all about, again, I need to identify with me. What is it? So I may identify with someone's dark behavior or someone's light behavior. I have some light chasers on here with me today that I have found myself going, I really love how Barbara responds to this, and I would like to respond the same way in life. I'm not comparing myself to her. I'm identifying with what she's offering, and I'm recognizing that's what I want to offer. And so how do I do that? And then I go to teachings, and I go to philosophies, and I go to spiritual avenues, and I find out, how is it that that happens? I go directly to Barbara. Barbara, how did you get that in life? How did you come to that understanding? And I end it with that. I don't go into, because I don't have it and I wish I had it, you know, and it's all about the envy and the jealousy. The jealousy is you have something I want and I'm going to take it from you. And envy is you have something I would like to have. I'm envious of some people's way of living life, and I would like to have more than that, but I don't compare that I'm not good enough to have that. I don't compare that that won't happen for me. I don't compare and say they're better than me. That's just an example of, wow, I'd really like to be able to respond to life the way Barbara's responding right now. How do I do that? So let's learn to just identify with what someone else is feeling right now in life not compare to it, and then go on and live full. So I really want to thank you for coming on with me today. Those that those that you have. Oh my gosh, I can't get that sentence out. Those that have joined me today, I thank you for doing that. There you go. And as always, I'll leave my links to wherever you can want to connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I got a couple of fan pages, groups on Facebook. I also have my website that you can uh, you have to want to look within and seek the changes that you desire. Absolutely, Barbara. That's what we were talking about. You're spot on. You have to want to look within and seek the changes that you desire. That's absolutely where it comes from. What is my desire in life? What do I want to have manifested? And then I go on. And of course, the mowers are coming around, the lawn mowers are coming around. So I'm going to end. But before I do, I just want to let those of you that have joined me, one, if you're here live, thank you. Jump on, say hi, give a wave. Those that you are following on replay, let me know it's replay and that you were here. Love to know who's jumping on. I also want to let you know that in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be offering a pilot program called Kickstart to Living Your Life Large. Living Your Life Large is going to be a huge program, online course that I'm putting together, but I'm going to do a mini one to jumpstart, uh, Kickstart to Living Life Large. And if you're interested in the pilot program, please let me know with a private message or a DM and say, yes, I would be interested in having a conversation with you, Karen, about this. And I can offer you some bonuses for it and some special pricing. I will let you know when it's really getting going, but I'd love to know if you're interested in that program, because that will also help me guide into how I'm going to present it, so to speak. So it's been fun being with you all as always. I hope you got something out of this. Remember, when you see something in someone else, identify within you what is it you're seeing, and don't compare to the better than or the less than. That serves you no purpose. And that's always my message. What is serving your highest and best? Because I'm serving my highest best. Big love to all of you. Talk to you soon. Thanks for jumping on.